At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we'll get up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
And welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and in the management of brand business. It is a 30 minutes wholesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix, encompassing thorough and in-depth, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogali Mafuru.
It's insightful, it's exciting, it's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV. A half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, branding focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
First on Marketing Edge on TV is brand news, where we bring you the latest occurrences around brands and in the field of advertising, marketing and communication in Nigeria and around the world. Now on brand news. Ahead of the 8th edition of the Marketing Edge Annual Marketing Summit and Advertising Excellence Award scheduled to hold Thursday 26th and Friday 27th August 2021, experts in the integrated marketing communications industry have expressed confidence and excitement over a successful award and summit initiative. Speaking separately to Marketing Edge on TV, the IMC professionals, some of whom were previous awardees, commended Marketing Edge for expanding the frontiers of marketing and advertising knowledge while recognizing outstanding feats of industry players, noting that it is a catalyst for excellence, creativity, and growth for the sector.
It's the voice of the advertising and marketing industry in Nigeria, and so that means it plays a really serious role for marketers and advertisers. It's the one serious magazine that exists, and we all rely on it.
I'm very excited to see how they've been able to remain focused in how they're recognizing both young and those that have actually been industry changers.
They're doing well. This award has come to stay annually. All the media practitioners look forward to their annual award.
Publisher and Chief Executive Officer of Marketing Edge magazine, Mr. John Ajayi, assured that this year's 2-in-1 event, which begins with a summit themed Rethinking the Blue Ocean Strategy in Uncertain Times, will be a great and far-reaching industry initiative with a wow effect.
Can we give him a louder round of applause, please?
Globalcom, leading telecommunication company, has announced a new service offering for its subscribers that avails them the opportunity to borrow airtime and data for friends, associates, and family members. According to the telecom giants, subscribers who want to enjoy this new service offering called Borrow for Others can have access by dialing *777# or *321#. They can also access the service online to indicate how much he or she wishes to borrow on behalf of another subscriber. The telecom company said the borrower must have been a consistent subscriber to the Glo network for at least 90 days to be able to enjoy the service offering, and also required to have a good credit history with the network. Advertising spend for the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games is set to hit a record as Kantar predicts a whopping $2.25 billion in TV ad sales. This is up 20% from the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Games, which reached $1.85 billion. Despite being rescheduled for 2021, the event retained the Tokyo 2020 name for marketing and branding purposes. The Tokyo Olympics 2021, which kicked off on the 23rd July at the newly built National Stadium in the Japanese capital, will as well hold its closing ceremony on the 8th August 2021 at the same venue. Facebook, leading microblogging and social networking platform, has announced that it will stop advertisers from targeting people under 18 on its platforms based on their interests or their activity on other sites. According to the microblogging giant, the recent decision means advertisers will soon be able to target under 18s only by age, gender, or location on Facebook, its messenger service, and its photo sharing platform Instagram. Recall that Facebook's approach to younger users has been in the spotlight after U.S. lawmakers and Attorney General slammed its leaked plans to launch a version of Instagram for children under 13. The Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate has given the all-clear to African Alliance Insurance plc after the Legacy Life Insurer settled its outstanding indebtedness to the Directorate. Consequently, the Directorate has presented the widely acclaimed foremost life insurer with a certificate of non-indebtedness at a brief presentation in Abuja. At the presentation, the Executive Secretary, PTAD, Dr. Chioma Ejikeme, while handing over the certificate to a team of senior management staff from the African Alliance, commended the leadership of the company for its commitment to settling the debts against all odds. Twitter, a leading microblogging and social networking service provider, has announced the permanent closure of its New York City and San Francisco offices in response to the latest Center for Disease Control and Prevention warnings about COVID-19. The company, which made the announcement in a statement, disclosed the decision was made after the CDC recommended that fully vaccinated Americans in parts of the country with high transmission of the coronavirus disease should return to wearing masks indoors, citing new data on the newly contagious Delta variant. Twitter's New York, San Francisco offices are being shut after reopening 2 weeks ago. Nigeria's foremost dairy company, Friesland Capina Wamco, will partner Bowen University on milk production. This was disclosed by the Vice Chancellor of Bowen University, Professor Joshua Ogunwole, who also pointed out that the aim of the university was to change the way herders in communities around the university rear livestock and produce milk. According to the Vice Chancellor, the university was said to have a positive impact on the economy of the town, as there are many pastoralists in Iwo and its environs where the university is located.
But that was brand news. Next is Brandon Forecast after this break.
Here today, gone tomorrow. 'Cause you're volatile like the water. And you promise what you don't know. Sometimes it's right and then it's so wrong. Them go do like say them wise. Go promise you the world. My brother all now worship. Up all on no be open eye. I see no be water. Like you be letter.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
I need help, so please go to the market and get me everything I need to cook this food. Get my pepper and get my onions. I'm waiting. Do you know how to buy pepper? Do you know how to buy dashi? You won't even let my mother come and stay. I need help. You don't know how stressful it is taking care of these 3 kids. Are you still there? If you're not getting me fresh meat, do you understand?
Okay, I'm at the
Can
meat.
you switch to video call, please? Okay, give me that one. The one by your side.
Okay, please.
Where do I buy all these things now? Hey, go get Glow Berekete and call Madam.
Berekete. The heavyweight voice and data plan. Get 600 Naira free credit plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Now on Branding Focus. Recent development in global advertising has made it necessary to approach TV measurement and addressability in the same way as digital. This is important if advertisers must have the cross-platform insights they need to increase the efficiency of their TV ad campaigns. That the global coronavirus pandemic impacted significantly on the way advertisers approach TV is no longer news. The first decision advertisers had to consider was, should we be advertising? The second decision, assuming the advertiser decided to remain on air, was what is the right tone of voice under the circumstances. Many brands were quick to change copy and connect with customers and prospects in different ways. But the biggest impact on how advertisers now approach TV is that TV has reinvented itself in real time. Many other changes, like streaming, were underway prior to March 2020, but COVID-19 accelerated them. Consumers were already watching TV, and much of that growth was happening on OTT and CTV services. Advertisers had to move to where the urgencies were, and to do that, they needed better data. What will the future of TV measurement and attribution look like for TV campaigns? And how can advertisers close the loop on the consumer gap and improve transparency? Going forward, savvy advertisers will want flexibility to move money around or change copy, as well as better data to find and follow audiences across time, platforms, and devices. Currently, direct-to-consumer DTC brands have become one of the fast-growing and smartest groups of TV advertisers. And because they are digital natives, DTCs demand digital-like targeting and measurement from TV investment. They also understand that TV is more than just a reach tool. TV, broadly defined, can also be used to boost conversions and target new audiences. However, campaigns are now made up of ads across multiple channels and platforms. Therefore, for the industry to maintain the high standard TV has set for measurement, data must be collected from several sources of inventory, including linear, VOD, CTV, and OTT. These disparate data sets must then be combined into a harmonious view with the speed and accuracy advertisers want. To solve today's challenges, advertisers need latest technologies across the cross-platform TV measurement winner will ultimately be the company that measures TV the way people watch it across time, platforms, and devices.
When I was Branding Forecast, next is Industry Conversation, where we have interactions with men and women who have been in the business of brand management and in the management of brand business through effective communication, advertising, and marketing. Well, on Industry Conversation today, we'll be speaking with the Principal PR Executive of WORKTAINMENT Limited, Mr. OBINNA INOGBO, after this break.
He's not my real father. But you already know this, Lara darling.
Yes. But after 25 years.
She just told me who my real father is.
Now, where's it in the car?
Introducing Glow U2 plans. Feast your eyes from as low as 50 naira for 1 hour. Simply dial *777#.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Hello there and welcome to Industry Conversation, a segment on Marketing Edge on TV, where we speak with experts in the field of marketing, advertising, and communication. Well, today on Industry Conversation, we'll be speaking with the Principal PR Executive of WORKTAINMENT Limited, Mr. OBINNA INOGBO. So pleased to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Mr. OBINNA INOGBO is the Principal PR Executive of WORKTAINMENT Limited, a public relations agency.
He started the business in 2017 after working 8 years in the Nigerian entertainment industry as a TV producer and screenwriter. The business originally started as a talent management, script writing, and TV production company before switching to full public relations in 2019. He has produced TV shows such as Sunrise Daily on Channels TV, Bargain Hunters on Spice TV, and Fashion 360 on Spice TV. He has written several episodes of African Magic TV show Tinsel and Nigerian-British comedy Meet the Adebajos. He has a BA in Politics and International Relations from the University of Reading, UK. His company, WORKTAINMENT, has had clients such as River Lake Shipping and Kawai Technologies. At the beginning of 2021, he began a campaign called #NG Change the Narrative and used it as a hashtag on social media to identify and acknowledge Nigerians who made the news globally and nationally for their achievements. The aim of the campaign is to instill positive pride in Nigerians, especially Nigerians living in Nigeria, that our country produces greatness. In May 2021, he produced a short film titled The History of Public Relations in Nigeria in 5 minutes to document the profession as being practiced in Nigeria. So pleased to have you again on Industry Conversation. You're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Well, when I heard the name WORKTAINMENT, it was very striking. And I'm wondering why WORKTAINMENT? Why the name? What informed the name WORKTAINMENT?
Okay, so what informed the name is, it's a play on the word entertainment. So I just removed enter and put work there to let you know that it's half serious, half entertainment. Yeah. Okay. So so public relations is work. It's real work, dealing with real clients, dealing with multinationals and individuals and brands. But there's also the fun part as well. Okay. So that's what informed the name.
Okay, so you are currently the principal PR executive of the company. Yes. What is your philosophy, the philosophy of WORKTAINMENT?
The philosophy of WORKTAINMENT is basically just to manage reputations of brands and individuals and companies in Nigeria, and also to be a communication function for them.
Okay.
To get their messages out, get the right messages out, so that people will look at them the way they want to be, the way they want to be looked at, and also for them to have good relationships with their stakeholders, their employees, as well as the media, the government, and the agencies that regulate whatever industry that they're in.
Okay, it's striking that you mentioned that WORKTAINMENT also provides public relation activity, services for companies. Yeah. But we observe as well that WORKTAINMENT didn't start up as a public relation firm. It started from being a script writing firm, talent management company, So can you tell us what the transition was like for you, leaving, that point where you managed talent and also script writing for companies?
So basically, because I had a background in producing and writing, when people start businesses, they always start businesses in what they were working in.
Sure.
So when I started the business, I was just going based on my relationships with people. I was managing some celebrities and writing scripts for productions. But it reached a point where it was limited. Like, I was like, this can't be all I'm doing. Okay. Like, it has to be something bigger than this. So I started doing my research, and I found out that what I was doing was actually PR. I just didn't know I was doing it. Okay. So when I found out that it was PR, and PR is an umbrella, there's so many things under it. Talent management and script writing and TV production are just 3 out of like 30 things that are under it. So I said, let me just get the knowledge. So I went to the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, registered with them, did the professional exams, and became a PR professional. Okay. So now I have more things to do. I'm not limited to just talent management, script writing, and TV production.
Okay. Yeah. It's very interesting to note that you also managed talent such as CB Dre, DJ Jimmy Jats, and One Finance, right?
One Finance is not talent. It's a company.
Okay, company.
Yeah.
So you manage all of these.
No,
right?
I mean, out of all of those, it was Simi Dre that I managed for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy Jat was just it was a one-off client.
Okay.
But Simi Dre was like the main. She was my main celebrity client for 2 years.
Okay, well, that's remarkable. So the question is, how smooth or otherwise was this movement for you? You know, the transition process. Yeah. What was it like for you?
It wasn't smooth at all.
Okay.
Because like any entrepreneur will tell you, when you start a business, the first 3 years, you feel like you be asking yourself, like, what am I doing? It doesn't even look like you're doing business because, you know, work is not coming in regularly. You know, but the thing is, as things are not happening in quote, they're actually happening, but you just don't know. Then all those small things you're doing, your name is getting out there. People are watching. People are watching until one day somebody will look at you and be like, I know what you're doing. I need this thing that you're doing, because that's what happened with us. Okay. Someone called us up and was like, I noticed that you do this, and I need it for my company, and that was it. And that was our first major client, and that was what propelled us to where we are right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've had the experiences being an associate producer in
Yes.
Spites and
Yes.
TV, where you co-produced a fashion and pop culture program called Fashion 360.
Yes.
And then you also wrote scripts for African Magic TV series Tinsel. Well, how have all of these, sure. Yeah, if I mention them, I'm not sure we'll leave here. Yeah. But all of those experiences you've had, how does those experiences bear on your current position?
Oh, massively, because public relations is like 70% writing. Because you're writing press releases, you're writing speeches, you're writing proposals, scripts, you're writing rundowns for like AGMs. So you need, as a public relations official, you need 3 major skills. You need to be a good writer, you need to be a media pitcher, someone who can sell stories, and you also need to have client service skills, which is basically just people relations, emotional intelligence. So my previous experiences as a producer helped, because I was dealing with guests in politics, guests in entertainment. So you're meeting all these people, you're learning how to talk to them, you're learning how to do a production, you're learning how to deal with presenters. I dealt with people like you, you know, so you're learning so much. So it helped. I feel it was just a stepping stone to PR. I think everything was designed like that. I had to go through that to do what I'm doing now.
To where you are now. So WORKTAINMENT became a full-fledged PR agency in 2019. How would you say the company has fared these years?
The first year was rough. Then 2020 we had a client. It was a major client, but it wasn't a retainer. Because in PR, there are 2 types of clients. There's project-based and there's retainer. So we don't pray for project-based, because it's you do the job, and you do the job, they go. Retainer is constant, you know, every quarter, you know, the client pays you for their services. So we had a project-based job in 2020. It was quite big. It lasted us for the whole year, but we wanted more. So so I would say it took, you're asking me what the transition was like?
Yes.
Yeah, so 2 years.
Okay.
So 2021 was when, it was this year when we got like our first retainer.
Okay.
So that helped.
So how is your company positioned in the Nigerian PR space?
So in the Nigerian PR space, for me, there are 2 types of PR agencies. There are the top PR agencies, and there's everybody else. Okay. So we are in everybody else right now.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yeah, we're not in the top. We're not in the top right now. The top people have, you know, 10 to 20 staff. You know, we just have 2 staff. So our aim is to be in that echelon in 3 years. Okay. So we're looking at like 2024 to move out of everybody else into the top.
Okay, while you are anticipating that movement, what will be the competitive edge of your company?
The competitive edge of our company is basically I think what you're asking me is, what is our USP?
Yes, your unique selling point.
Yeah, our unique selling point is client service. We're very personal with the clients. I think we're very good at emotional intelligence. We know how to anticipate the needs of the client. We're always checking in. We're not an agency who you pay and you don't hear from us.
Okay.
There are agencies like that.
Yes.
You know, you'll be calling, the clients will be calling, why haven't you called me? No, we're not like that. Okay. We're calling you all the time, asking you how you're doing, what's the problem, what are your challenges, how can we help? But apart from that, we're also doing what we're supposed to do for you. You know, creating news, looking for opportunities to get you in the media, finding corporate social responsibility things that you can do so that you can be a friend of your environment. Mm-hmm. You know, we do those things, but apart from those, we're also asking you what we can also do to help. So we're very personal. We don't wait for you to call us. Okay. So I think that's our competitive edge. What is that
landmark achievement that you can look back on, you know, since your company started?
So the landmark achievement was basically this year, getting the retainer. Because, I mean, there are days when you're wondering, when is this going to come? When is this going to come? So it took 2 years, if we're talking about when the agency started, PR agency started for real. You know, but you can also say it took 4 years, because even though I was managing talent, there was no retainer. I was just managing talent on the go, you know. But so yeah, the major milestone is getting our first client retainer. That's in 2021, this year.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Well, that's the much we can take on our conversation with the Principal PR Executive of WORKTAINMENT Limited. Well, the second part of the conversation will be coming in our next edition. Do well to join us then. I'm Ogali Mafuru. Bye for now.
Technology, innovation and competence. The Corporate Affairs Commission has taken the business environment to the next level. Now, do you know that the CAC has deployed an end-to-end electronic registration solution that allows accredited customers and the general public to initiate and complete registration and then post-registration applications electronically and generate outputs remotely from the comfort of your homes and offices. You're also aware that the CAC has unveiled an electronic certificate that comes with a quick response, QR code, amongst other features. Do you also know that electronic signature is now allowed on the CAC portal? For these and many more innovations, join us every Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. on TVC News. Keep a date with us.
Housing is fundamental to the physical, mental, social well-being and quality of life. In Nigeria, a large proportion of people live in slums and unplanned settlement because of their inability to own a house or rent decent accommodation. On this program, I analyze the challenges affecting the housing sector with stakeholders to provide solutions.
I don't think that anybody can pretend that we are going to close the 17 million homes gap in 5 years.
Each episode gives an insight into the housing plight of Nigerians.
The gate man here needs a house as much as the millionaire who is driving past there needs a house.
How can the housing sector be made better? Will the dream of owning a house by an average Nigerian be achieved? What strategies are the government putting in place to provide affordable and decent housing for all? Let's bring you up to speed on the happenings in the housing sector. Keep a date.
In addition to its core functions, the Central Bank of Nigeria has over the years performed some major developmental roles focused on all the key sectors of the economy, including financial, agricultural, and industrial sectors.
Beyond our intervention programs, we are also working to encourage banks and financial institutions to lend from their balance sheets in order to support the growth of critical sectors of the economy, such as agri, MSMEs, and the real estate sector.
Join me, Oluyemisi Dada, as I bring to you weekly news highlights, exclusive stories, in-depth analysis of the monetary and economic policies and intervention initiatives of the Apex Bank. From the CBN, going for growth.